Those caps look pretty good there. Wait, what's this?
Here's my cup.
Oh, it's a mark. Looks like.
Okay.
Oh. Actually, it looks like part of that shell ripped off or something.
Yeah.
No.
It's an ink mark. They may just marked it for
looks,
polarity or something.
It looks like they just didn't paint it all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Segues a little bit, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it was flaked off. That doesn't mean anything. There's the switch, and he's got it.
There's just knock with an exclamation mark.
Yeah, they've just got it hardwired in.
What's kangaroo?
Arcade.
That's what it is. Yeah. Here's your switch. Here's the switch on this thing. You can see they've got it hard down. They've got it here, a jumper. So that's a drive select switch on that one. It looks pretty good in there, though, doesn't it?
I didn't see that when I was listening to it, but I felt like I really
it's not a
didn't want
jumper.
to see it.
It's pretty.
Well,
It's pretty
people-
clean, Will.
The Jupiter Jumpman.
Except for the outside.
Or
That's normal.
Jumpman.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible.
Well,
Question.
Aaron didn't like
let's
it.
see.
There
Okay.
was a
Tabs on that
plastic spoon. There it is. Thank you.
How's everything going at work these days? Y'all been super busy.
Yeah, yesterday was awful. I guess first of the month and such.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's always the last place you look, man.
And plus, one of the managers trying to cause a little bit of drama with me as well.
There's always somebody trying that crap.
I told him, I said, you know, when I graduated high school in '94, I thought I was done with that.
Boy, little did you know, eh?
Yeah.
When did you graduate, John? 94?
Yeah.
It was a good year.
He's still
You
way
would have been
younger.
97?
99.
Oh.
I was
Okay.
3 years old. in
Boat's
1994.
a youngin'.
Oh yeah. So
I wish you hadn't said that,
talking about
Boat.
graduating, like I saw this sidebar for the class of 90.
I had a heck of a time getting that Go-Tech in that 1000.
After the thing
That'll come
happened. I was like, oh well, because I was like,
I don't think it was
I
well
wanted to
attended.
mount it, and never tried actually do any damage to 1000, but I wanted to be able to mount it where the old drive was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That takes some very strategic wackiness involved on my behalf.
Yeah, I had wondered.
Nothing heavy.
And I saw, I was like, well,
Wow.
there's like a bunch of people in the group.
What is this right
And
here?
then it's like,
Got a little-
once I did, I could see the.
Oh, we may
post,
need
and it's
paper
like
towels.
3 days prior or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right. But
Oh,
it
this
seemed
is
like
one of those where you have to take the board off to get to the read head.
some of those.
Or at least the drive rail.
So it's only in there like 4. How many screws in that thing? 4?
Yeah.
Problem. You got these
Yeah,
2
4.
here.
It's 2 here and 2
You
there.
got these
What
2
is that stuff that you're
Oh,
on?
okay. That's
heat
This
sink.
is
for
Tom
these.
Collins mix.
what would those be?
Did you know Walmart in South Charleston sells liquor?
No, but
It was the most insane thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Interesting.
Because, well, that may be an over exaggeration.
Well, let's see.
But like, I turned
See
the
if I can get
corner
some
because I
paper
was gonna get
towels.
some beer, and I saw that
wondering
they
where to
had
start
like
on
the
this.
Fireball whiskey stuff.
Yeah, that'd be better than the Q-tips that I have.
Like selling, and then I turned around and it's like boom, like a whole selection. They've got everything.
did they have a lot of stuff?
They have a lot of stuff. Yeah.
You have a couple paper towels. I get some toilet paper.
So, like,
Oh, there's some.
Yeah. Here's what you use right here. I bought these specifically for you.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, those are the best for getting dust out. I've also got compressed air for you guys too. I went whole hog today.
So you mean like the one on like 119?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of these are staticky though. and
The
chips.
one. Cross lanes. I meant cross
Okay.
lanes.
I'll get some non those too.
I haven't been to that one forever.
Oh, I can't remember where I saw it. Thank you. I saw a clever way to tell whether your chips are getting hot or not without actually touching them.
Yeah.
Spray 91% isopropyl on them and see how fast it evaporates.
I believe that's.
Because this guy was just spraying all the chips, and one of them was just flashing completely, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Pretty good.
It's overheating."
Thanks, Booster.
I've got 4 extra
I
cans.
saw those sitting over there. Thank you, sir. Here you go, dude.
Oh,
Hey.
thanks.
John,
Yeah.
is there a hotkey out of this, or do you have to power it off?
Unfortunately, you've got to power it off and power it
Makes me think of these dummies in high school who used to put this in their mouth.
Yeah, feel free to scoop that thing right up there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What they call it, maximum impact.
Call it
In
maximum
one of the classic
dipsticks. I
internet
call it.
retro gaming stories, like my keyboard was broken. I put a message out on Atari Age. Random guy in California was like, "I'll fix it for you," and I was like, "Okay." So I just shipped it
I
to
was
him.
thinking I got a couple of
He's
friends
like,
from Germany when
money
you were
orders
talking
only.
about that.
I'm like,
Music
okay.
friends. And,
Shipped it back to me.
I ran
everything
lights
fine.
for one of them.
So I rolled the dice.
He surprised me
However,
when we went
I
out
think
front
we
of
went off with, like,
Adelphia,
charlatans saying
and he
that
pointed
they
across
can
the street.
fix
He
your
said,
Atari
"Oh, look."
1200 XL
He's like, "Those are
keyboards. It's
Jews."
probably-
Pretty low.
It's
And he's like, I
easier
know
ways to
because
scam
the
people.
name doesn't make any sense and sounds German. He said that during World War II that a lot of Jewish people changed their name to German-sounding names. And he said, and that's one of them, Lowenstein and Sons.
Huh.
And I was like, this guy comes into town, tells me something about my town I never knew.
Cost a lot.
It's
Out of
crazy.
nowhere. I was like, that's awesome. And that's when I found out that he's as good at history as he is music.
Hey, which of these chips are the ones you pull out to put that super BIOS in your?
Wait, what?
You know what I'm talking about? You can
One
get
of
that.
these?
Yeah, they've got that super duper.
I hadn't
You never
heard of
seen
What's
that?
It says press option to change option. Press select to change option.
That means hit option to go to the option menu, then hit select inside the option menu to pick the option you want.
This is a good choice for this.
Is this like synchronized swimming?
Instead of taking everything apart and
What's the
trying
Yeah.
name of this title?
I agree.
to get underneath it.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
It really looks pretty
One of the
good.
great
Yeah.
things about the classic computers.
Oh yeah, Jiffy DOS. Jiffy DOS. That's it, Will. Hey, hold that open thing up to the camera so they can see in there. Hey, which chip is it you're swapping out for that, Will? Yeah, that looks good, dude.
Let's see if I can get.
There you go.
Let me rotate and get it closer. I don't know if it's out of focus or not.
That's good. You're good.
Disk drive.
Alright.
I guess it currently doesn't work or something.
Yeah, I think they're gonna like lubricate the belts.
Let's see how we should pull this off of here.
No problem, Will. We're glad you're with
Everything's
us.
on the side here.
I didn't know disk drives have belts.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
because that's how they. It's like a turntable basically. It just
I
spins.
guess this
a lot
pops off
faster.
as well.
You know what? I think we're gonna move on from trying to figure out what that is.
To the outside. Alright.
I guess I thought it had like some kind of like a like an electric motor that was
Try
powered.
to stick
Uh,
that button in there
well,
so I remember
yeah,
which way
definitely
it goes.
Like that. Well, again, the motor powers the pulley that runs it.
There we go.
Got any new records lately?
Well, I wouldn't have
I don't think I need a static strap or anything for this.
That chip is sale on
Did
that.
you end up? When did you sell your record?
I think you can take that board off that hook, unhook anything else. I just said I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah.
trying to see which side I
Try
should.
Pingo. Have you tried the
Take
the
the
8-bit
plug off of it.
or 8-bit version of Pingo?
There we go.
How do these things usually look inside? They're usually pretty clean in there. They get nasty.
I only have the one.
Hey,
It was
Pixels.
okay, but we took care of our stuff though.
Yeah. Tabletop, the RPG finished up, and now it's computer club time.
Like all in one, then you can't play your classic like
Oh, no.
Yeah,
stuff on that.
I guess you saw my comment on your in jail
Now
video.
this is the 5200 version.
I'm on which one?
of the Atari
Oh, yeah, I
version.
did.
There's also a
Have
native-
you come across that before? That you are allowed to use copyrighted material as long as you're reviewing or critiquing?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, but YouTube's different.
No, that's still true. It's just that they're idiots. And
Hey,
that-
Pix.
I mean, let's face facts. It's an automated thing that caught it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just their policy to. I don't think they're not going to look at this stuff when they probably get 1,000 copyright things a day, and they're just not. And I will say, I instantly got hold of someone. I talked to them. I thought we were going to be in good shape. I didn't take that seriously. And they were like, "Yeah, you'll hear from somebody." And I heard from somebody. They're like, "Yeah, you're bugging." I was like, "Well," that's the end of that.
That's ridiculous.
You gotta get these.
Oh yeah, thank you. I told my buddy Dave Roberts about that, and he said, "You know what I've had happen to me?" He said, "My album that I released, I reposted it on YouTube. YouTube gave me a copyright notification, just like what you're talking about. And then he said I posted on Facebook, and Facebook did the same thing. In both cases, I was like, "It's my music.
Yeah.
I own the copyright." Yeah, that's what I told Dave. I said, well, they're just so inundated with copyright violations that, that's what happens.
So, we're learning.
What system was the?
I thought that was
We're learning how to use Twitch, and just keep on rolling. I felt bad. It was ARG, so it was my fault. But I mean, and the funny thing is, the video was from a YouTube video. I didn't digitize it. It came from you. I know. The big mistake I made, I didn't know, was when we got the flag, I was like, oh crap, and I went and deleted the video. I could have backed it up. Well, don't do that. I guess it's a long story short. That was it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
So that's how he's able to send us all this stuff.
And Dave told me that our buddy Amir over in Germany had that same problem. I said, oh yeah, I remember that now, him talking about that. Ooh, look at that big transformer. Wow.
How we connected? What do we got down here?
Yeah, it's just those. I was going to move it to the side.
Right like that.
Right, he's in the military. He's in the Air Force.
A little dusty in
He's
there.
from
Yeah.
Ohio originally. And his wife is from Thailand.
There's the rails, okay.
Why don't you hold that
see
up
the
to the
rails?
camera?
The rails are
Here, I'll
on-
help you. You ready? Let's go do it in tandem. So, there's what you're looking at. That's what we're going to clean right there.
Big transformer.
Yeah. So,
And you just like find that stuff like out in the world and just like
He lived in Cambridge for a while.
you can probably blow a lot of that crud out of there.
And that's like the epicenter.
That's what I'm going to do around that head.
And now that he's in Germany, he's just picking up all
Noise!
this stuff. Like the biggest music convention in the world.
Wow, Pixels, that's horrible. Hey, baby girl.
He did everything, but he went to
Oh.
Jazz Fest, which is all about.
Oh, April, what's going on,
It's
man?
crazy that is a thing.
Todd says hi, she said. Oh, Big Head. It just occurred to me who these people were. Okay, good, great, hey. Thanks for popping in.
The alternate names on there.
That's my buddy Big Head's wife, Zom baby girl. You'd love Big Head, he's a good guy. He lives out in Oklahoma now, I think. Is it
I was there one of the
quite interesting the way that works, isn't it?
Let's see when you lower it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought like all the
That
things
stuff.
that they had here too.
That stuff is getting real expensive real fast.
Well, yeah, I think it was.
Looking right over your shoulder now.
You got a deal on it. So
What's your next move?
I was just seeing
Is
the
it, no, this is a
mechanism
much
point
different mechanism in
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
I've
not
seen
used to
one.
this one.
That's an unusual
So
mechanism
here's
here.
the spindle one. That's the one.
Uh-huh. Oh,
You
shoot.
start cleaning there.
So do they not always?
I usually do cosmetic too, like top the chips and stuff.
Why don't you show them what you're using here?
Oh, it's Q-tip and
Yeah.
denatured.
And Aaron,
Yeah.
were you here when Aaron was talking
Glass
about how
cleaner.
much his
Yeah.
C64 hard drives were on eBay? $1,300. Yeah. And the guys are flying here from Germany to pick it up. They're from the official Stone War Museum. Yeah. So
I
we
think.
also-
I'm not, I don't know, I haven't found out 100% for
Oh
sure.
yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I'm blabbing.
Oh, well, so much for that.
Yeah, it was
That's rumored to be.
It was a gift from somebody that was like, I'm not going to use these. So. Oh well.
No, whether that's who they are and whether they are coming.
But it was definitely purchased.
Mm-hmm.
Once they back out.
People are probably going to say, why are you cleaning
It's
the
as
top?
binding as an eBay auction can be.
He's very thorough. He's going to go in there and clean everything.
Cosmetic, too, you know.
This is where everyone is going to be examining your technique. There's a little crud on that one in there.
That's why I was trying to get this.
We've got a little water rust, little something like this right in here. So we've got a little rust action back in there. Some,
Oh,
that
that's-
transformer's leaking a little.
What is
I
that?
never understand like why.
It's very solid, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they like.
You know what it looks like? It looks like thread lock.
They buy this.
Oh, yeah, it might be.
That's probably what
Just
it is,
that's-
yeah. Instead of it being blue,
It's got it right there. Got it
it
on
looks like
there.
they were just really
Yeah.
sloppy.
I think you're right. Oh, no, you might be taking that
I
out
can give you one
anyway.
better on eBay stories. I sold something on eBay, brand new, was a projector that I had bought
That's what we're trying to get all the
cut
credit
out.
out there.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking, Will.
Yeah.
So
That is
the
actually
guy pays me
burger time. It's getting played. Picks.
30
No,
days
it's bingo.
later.
Oh, it is Pingo. Oh,
Look at
you
the
mean on
screen.
you mean on the Atari? Sorry,
Look at the
okay,
screen
my
of
bad,
the
guys.
Teays.
My guys. Yeah, that's Pingo.
So
That's a
30
huge
days
Pingo.
later, shoot, the guy messaged me. He says, "You know what? I'm having trouble with this projector. I think I'm only going to pay you half of what I agreed to pay you." I was like, "No, you're not." They're like, "Are you insane?" It's like you can't wait 30 days and then do this.
Well, why
So
did you send it to him
technique might not
before
be
you
the
received
best, but-
payment?
No, I did. I received payment in full.
He was
So-
just trying to get a refund.
Oh, okay.
So he opens up a thing with his credit card, and he says, "Yeah, I don't know what he said to his credit card, but
Speaking of credit card, I realize I don't have a bank card right now because mine expired last month and I haven't activated my new one.
Oh no, you better get busy on that. I've done that before.
Yeah.
or through a PayPal."
Uh-huh.
So I opened a PayPal ticket. I was like, "Hey, this guy's
Yeah, I
trying
can
to screw
function
me.
with that one. I
I
did
need
for
to
a
do
long
something
time."
about it." And they're like, "Yeah, he sure is. Sorry about that. You're screwed. Suck it." So I lost $250 because this guy just decided he didn't want to pay it.
Yeah. There's a reason why tons of people just refuse to use it.
I did that. I had that happen one time with some cards where, except it was like $600. It was about $600, and the guy filed a claim about basically. I think it's like 45 days is the
Yeah.
most you could do it.
Go bricks
And it was
over
around
big
like
time.
40 days when he did it.
Yes,
it was,
1541.
Authorized the charge.
Rushi.
Hey, Rushi, thank you for these packages, man. I can't wait to tear into them.
Yeah, man. You're above and beyond, sir. I appreciate that. We're gonna tape it.
And so I quit.
Removing dirt from the rails, and I'm gonna replace it.
It was like
Yeah.
all the problems I had were
The only negative feedback I've ever received was from some guy in
We're cleaning a 1541, and then we're going to hook it up to a PC with a little adapter. You have that little adapter over here?
It's like
Remember where you put it?
I think I put it back in the back.
It's
Oh, that's alright. It's easy to get to.
They left the negative feedback.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
And this little item, all the way from Australia, did you say?
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I'll send
It's
you-
labeled on there, the manufacturer. But it's just a little company, you know, like all the other people
So-
doing that stuff.
This is the XM 1541 PC adapter, designed and made in Australia.
It's XEXM, so it connects both the 1541 drive and the C64 itself to the laptop or whatever.
You got that?
And it's parallel only, so I got an adapter for it.
It's a parallel port adapter for your Commodore drive.
No, that's to the PC.
Right.
So yeah, the USB.
That's what I'm saying. But right, that's what I mean. Yeah. So you
I just haven't been over there.
hook that in thusly, and then you hook your drive in.
But she's not in a big rush to do anything.
There you go.
I haven't attached that yet.
How much does this set you back?
Yeah, I mean, it's
The
like
adapter,
all the
converter,
Yeah.
is
It's really cool.
$45, I think, with shipping, something like that.
Oh, that was total?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a bargain.
But it's, you know, like I said, it's the only person that makes that. There's other cables that you can get, but that's the only people that are currently making something that's an XM/XE.
Now this is a from
I told you
shopbox.com.au.
I was like, man, I'm gonna get it.
If you're interested in it, and this happens to be version 1.3. So kind of neat. Anybody ever use one of these that are in here? I'm guessing not.
Filthy.
A little crud on that one, eh? Yeah, it's hard to get motivated to do it in there. John is a machine, though. He not to mention me and him are the only ones that truly revel in the computer club. Everyone else just likes to play games. It's okay.
So I got in.
I'll be bringing some Major League stuff next month. This was a
glad
beat
that I did. That's,
down tired. I
that's
tell you,
I
it's
really
been a
thought
long
they were gonna
day.
take
I was
off,
up late
but I
last
think
night,
they
corrals
did
and
a time where
acting
people
crazy.
had ideas.
So I'm
There
forward
are
to
a
get
lot
a
of
good
parties
night's
going
sleep.
on. One of the reasons
You're
I'm kind
selling
of
your
late,
original meat, right?
when I was leaving, I noticed it was getting foggy outside, and I thought, whoa, and I looked up the street, and it's all coming from my neighbor's house. It's a fog machine, and he's got like a miniature haunted house sort of thing. set
Oh
up
wow,
there.
neat.
So I went up to talk to him, and he was so drunk he didn't know who I was. He's like, "Do I know you?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm your next door neighbor."
Uh-huh.
I was reading about it.
That's the way you do it.
It's like,
Halloween fell on a bad day this year, and then it was also crappy weather.
Like, what are they doing?
I will say it was brisk this evening, but it was a nice night to trick or treat.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, my Cisco exam was on the
There
31st,
you go.
so I got a treat rather than a trick.
It'll be interesting to see when you whenever.
Rushi says he's been looking a way to figure out a way to hook up a 1541 to a cryoflux to back up a bunch of floppy disks.
Atari,
I've heard of that.
deliberately
Interesting.
hobbled their ports for the computer to make their 5200 ports look better.
I don't think I recognize that name.
Rushi? Oh yeah, he's one of our buddies.
Oh yeah, that game Apocalypse you all covered. Man,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw the first screen, my jaw hit the floor.
Why?
That game is beautiful,
Oh yeah.
man.
I found some stuff from the programmer that said of course, this is one of these guys that used some tricks, to get it to do have extra.
It looked arcade quality.
It was nice.
beautiful.
It really was a good. And the thing is, this game this was a lot like the game we covered on R. Sinclair last night. This is a great game that This is a good game that could have been great. You've got a game that they needed more and more interesting content. I mean, it's because they basically took the premise of Choplifter, but they had some interesting extras, and it was beautiful. And it actually played a lot better than Choplifter. I mean, it controlled real well, But it's just that it had a rough existence, and I believe that's one of the ones that ended up going through a different two different developers. I believe that was Alan. So
Or don't really think about.
because they had whoever's developing had a falling out amongst their house, their development house.
Background music or pixel art.
Just something beyond.
Denatured alcohol
Right.
always smells like liquor. It has a very
But
sweet
there's some
smell to
great
it.
games out there with. There's some crap.
And if they didn't
games out
put
there
poison
with
in it, I
great
guess you really could
pixel
drink
art.
it.
It's,
I heard they had to do that to keep people from using it.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it.
Ooh, heck no.
Well, you can smell it though, absolutely.
Probably rather drink mouthwash before that stuff.
I'm gonna do a lot of mouthwash at the job. Yeah, we carry it. Use it to test the instrument. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
But until I watched you play this game, I did not know you could shake the walls.
Oh, shaking the walls is. Hey, Brett, how does it play?
Yeah,
It's good.
It's huge, isn't it? I mean, the sprites are huge.
Thanks, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna die eventually anyway.
Yeah, I wish that this thing could save scores. But it doesn't.
That's when you had to take a picture, write it down, bud,
Yeah.
like the old days.
Oh yeah, because there's a huge Indio community.
I'll have to watch that video again from Retro Man Cave. But he mentioned that. I'm trying to think which chip it was. It isn't back when
There
you
are
had
some people
Agnes. I think he said you
that,
can't take an Agnes from a A500 Plus and put it in an
They
A500.
wired up
test it.
some additional.
Is that
But
true?
it's the same socket and the same chip as far as I know.
So you ordered one of those boards, huh?
Yeah.
I said I may have a donor board for some of your parts. I'd be willing to, I mean, it's a jacked up. I've got a 5000 that doesn't work.
That board is 45 pounds before shipping.
So
like 60 bucks.
Super cheap.
Yeah,
super cheap.
Less than 10,000 out there.
I couldn't pass it up.
It's a very rare machine.
When I sent
How
the
many of
email
those-
back to him,
Yeah.
oh,
How many of the parts on that how many are just parts you can go chip wise aside from the custom chips? How many of those things? Most of it you can go buy brand new parts, right?
274,
It's basically the same machine
I think.
as
You're gonna be
the
getting
something like that. Yeah.
You'll be doing a lot of gathering, my friend.
It's 99% new. Well, the BOM has everything right on one sheet.
Uh-huh.
But I asked Neil in the comments of the videos, and he never got back to me. I said, "Is there a way to kit order these parts, or do you have to do it?"
I was
all
wondering that
individually?"
myself when I was
Yeah.
watching it.
Well, what I noticed while I asked him that question is he has a UK and a US Amazon store. Did you know that?
Who does?
RMC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has a link on there, and when you click on it, it says Retro Man Cave's Amazon store, and then it has everything on there from the soldering tools that he uses down to studio equipment.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
I know Boat bought me a calendar from him, so I'm pretty sure he's got that on there.
I'd love to have one of those.
Hey, Will says that the 500 Plus was ECS.
Oh, okay. That's why it's not backward compatible.
Yeah. I will say the last game we played for the Sinclair, like we were talking, I thought it was a really fetching game, but it just let me down a little bit in the gameplay department, and so but it looked really neat. Yeah, there you go. So the 500 has the old chipset, and 500 Plus has the ECS. So there's your difference right there.
So it is Agnes though, because I saw that it's Fat Agnes on both the A500 and 500 Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got pulled over, then you have it if you have it that way, then it's legal. If you don't have
But this is the version of Space Invaders I grew
I'm
up
not gonna
playing.
force that.
Yeah.
I was just
You know,
So the guy that programmed this, he's like, yeah, Atari basically
That's
uses
surprisingly-
hardware.
It's like a metal belt
So I
right
just
there.
made a new
Yeah.
game.
It's interesting.
So
the other one open was like that, and a metal one.
This is fascinating.
That's why it's still there, because if it was rubber, it would have disintegrated by now.
First time I saw the ports, I
I
was
seem
like,
to
wow,
think that the board is underneath this
that's
in
not real
mine.
Space
Yeah.
Invaders.
I think so. That's what it looks like. Or either it's a smaller board that just sits in the back because all this is
Yeah.
exposed on mine as far as I know.
Look totally different.
Hey, Mark, stand on the side.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like that part.
Start
Yeah.
doing a
The
little
whole like
cleaning.
mothership thing on the side is weird.
You know, if you get to a point when you forget the parts to put in that thing, if you need anything done that would involve a more advanced soldering technique, I've got access to the and you shouldn't because you're putting things in as opposed to taking it out. But I do have access to
It does limit
a
the amount of rounds you could play.
airback solder sucker and an air knife as well.
I was gonna upgrade before I got it.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere about $108 or something for the one that Neil used,
Yeah.
which isn't bad.
So you've got the same one he's got, Pixel. Did you buy it? You bought it from your store?
It's such a
I
simple
love
game,
it.
even on computers.
Pixels is giving the +1 to your retro man caves.
Yeah.
Neil is a good hand, and really, he is a quality gentleman. I talk to him occasionally.
Are you talking about Retro Man Cave?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
he's a real good cat. Really, a lot of the YouTube people that I've talked to, there's, the Amiga Bill and the guys from Guru Meditation are super great. Lafarius is a real nice guy. I talk to him occasionally. I was real sad to see his channel go down. 10 Marks, a real nice guy. Plus a lot of the guys
He got a new
that
job.
hang out in our in our group have their own channels.
See, I didn't know that for the
Yeah.
longest time, and I'm so embarrassed to say that I didn't watch any Retro Man Cave videos or 10-minute Amiga Retrocast until a few weeks ago.
Yeah, now you're on board.
Oh yeah, I'm going through all of them.
I didn't know Pack Billy had a channel until he just. One day he just mentioned. I was like, "Well, crap! He's got a ton of stuff on here." A lot of guys have.
I did it
the Huck.
2005.
He's got a channel. He just took it. You know what he just did on his channel was
I heard it.
he, which I haven't got to see this yet, but he linked it to me. He did a video where he's working on one of those portable Commodore 64s, the SXs. And I guess he had to take one apart and fix it. So that'll be fun, I think Pixels has got a channel. I think. Hey, Bo,
Yeah.
does Duncan have his own channel?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Was it
Of course,
I've never done anything with Matt.
also Dreamcatcher has a channel, a crazy channel.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have channels.
yeah, I listened to that.
If you've heard of Pixel Gaiden,
I think so. I've heard you talk.
they both are friends of ours.
That was back.
And of course, if you're watching the new Coco show, a lot of those guys are really like Curtis that was in here earlier. He's got
He's a programmer, isn't he?
he's the Mac Daddy of Coco stuff, and he's the one that runs that Coco's game web page that I referenced. The Coco stuff's not. It's not easy to find a lot of reference material.
Everything's got
I'm really interested in that Coco.
Oh yeah,
ever since I
Pixel
started
Pixel,
seeing
of
some
course.
the games.
Yeah.
I was telling Aaron earlier.
Yeah, ever since I started seeing some of those games, like Fangman, I
Yeah.
want to play that.
Yeah, that was a
really
pretty fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pixel Bitch. I'm sure you've watched some of her stuff. She's really good. You know, and even I haven't met Kim Justice, but I mean I really like her stuff a lot.
I don't think I've watched any of her stuff.
And she's into like stuff that I'm into, like Japanese wrestling and weird, older, wackier stuff. So I like her stuff.
But the second best thing about Swishy Day Cruise,
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a wealth of great YouTube content. It's nice. We live in like a golden age of entertainment when it comes. I mean,
That's
never
what I was
has there
gonna say.
been
You all got
anything
in
like
at the
this.
best time.
Well, I mean, listen, we're small potatoes compared to most of these guys. We just look at games. We're just a couple. We don't know what we're doing. But I mean, these are some real legitimate. These are real legitimate players. You know, and the fact that they even talk to us, I feel like a very fortunate man. That we
I
even,
wouldn't sell yourself short.
oh
on that.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, we just play some games.
I love the show.
We're just screwing around, you know. And that's the way we do all the shows. We're just out having a good time, you know. But it's neat to have access to these guys occasionally. It's kind of, I mean, I like that I can send. Richard Man came a message, and he's real good about responding. I mean, he's a real good guy, you know. I don't know if you see him and listen to Pixel Gate. I recommend it. They do a lot of modern stuff, but they also do a lot of crazy stuff. And they've got actually another one of the fellows that is a buddy of ours does a segment on their show. And of course, like I said, we've known both those guys are super. So really, we know all three of the guys that are doing Pixelgate, and they're all real nice guys. And there's tons more. I'm forgetting tons, but like I said, it's a golden age. And for Amiga content, I mean, if you're just strictly for Commodore and Amiga, it's gold. I mean, you can't. It's amazing how much you can watch. I don't hardly watch TV anymore. I mean, most of what I watch is YouTube stuff.
I watch the news on TV, and that's about it.
Oh, I've never done this before, by the way.
You know,
there's Curtis. Yeah, he's still here.
You know why I didn't watch 10-minute Amiga Retrocast?
Thanks,
Because
Curtis.
when I saw the name, the emblem on Amigathon,
Yeah.
I thought it was somewhere to buy parts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I found out it was a podcast, and I was like, oh, I need to watch this.
Yeah, Pixels, man. You know, Tin Mark is also a real nice guy,
Yeah, Doug was
and he's also super knowledgeable. He does some hardware stuff, and I always enjoy.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to something.
And you know, I like these guys. Listen, I know my role when it comes to the Amiga. You know, I know just enough to be dangerous.
Mhm.
You know, and so you've got the experts in there. Because when we first started the Amigos, me and Bo were planning on doing like hardware segments and stuff. But I'm not going to go out there and regurgitate stuff off, Wikipedia.
That was my favorite part of your own show.
Well, I mean, but I'm just not good enough. You know, I mean, I'm a hack. You know, I'm just. You know, I'm good at those things I do. I'm okay with, but I mean, I don't want to. These people know what they're doing. You know, like we do hardware stuff on ARG, but it's just talking about these wacky old machines. You know, that's okay. I like doing that. You know, but leave that. My thing is leave that stuff to the pros. You know,
What's a shameless thing you've heard of?
Lobsterminator.
Yeah, I like Doug.
Oh
on that.
man, how was the night of debauchery, dude?
Anybody?
It's 3:21 in the morning, so
No.
somebody's been clubbing.
Uh-oh.
The Lobsterminator's been rowdy.
How drunk are you, Lobsterminator?
He's hooked up
Drunk
with a
enough to take a
different.
bus.
He's hooked up with a different type of denatured alcohol. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Have you seen us on Twitch at all yet? Have you been on Twitch?
Um,
I haven't used Twitch that much until
no,
recently.
I've just seen the what you posted on YouTube.
I'm wondering if Twitch has a lot of hidden gems that I haven't been exposed to.
Well, see, I went on Twitch and I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and subscribe. $5.
I don't know what that is.
I was like, no, I'm not giving them $5 to subscribe.
$5
$5 a month
To who?
to Twitch to
Get the
subscribe
paid
to your own
Twitch?
channel.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
do that. Yeah,
That's
you
what
don't,
I'm
you don't
saying.
have to do that to see him. You know, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, again, we're learning, and trust me, we're not asking for or taking the $5.
Oh, heck
I
no,
don't-
that's them.
You know,
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, no, I'm
See
not
you,
paying
Will.
$5 a
Bye,
month
Will.
just to get a notice. You know what I mean?
Hey, take it easy, dude. Enjoy yourself this evening. Oh, he's got to get some work done. Good luck, pal.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, Pixels, we're just, we're not angling. We're just having a good time, and it's the only place left that we can live stream. But hey, I dig it, Oh, look at this dude. They saunaed and drank. That's not bad.
You better be careful. That's hard on your heart.
Yeah. That's not a bad either. Hit the sauna, get liquored up, listen to tunes. That's it, man.
All right.
That's how I had a heart attack.
What we doing?
Got in a hot car after a hot shower and drove to work.
Really? That got you.
Yep.
Jeez, man.
No air conditioning in my car right after a really hot shower.
I had, had you met Matt and Larry before tonight?
No.
Yeah, they're my
I
buddies.
saw him
In fact,
on
Matt
the
is
channel.
one of our Patreons. I've known these guys for years, but we did a similar thing last night. We chilled out and drank some Kraken and just chatted, caught up, and it was nice listening to some tunes. I introduced them to Ninja Sex Party, my new favorite band. So we listened to some tunes, and we watched a burlesque musical version of Empire Strikes Back. That was
Greatest YouTube thing.
It was really good. It was really good. I don't remember the end though, so I must have not made it to the end.
You passed out.
It's not the way I remember it.
Alright.
I didn't because I went to bed.
Yeah. I think I started watching something else and you woke up.
Hey Pixels, can you recommend anyone in particular that are entertaining to view along the lines of what we like? So there aren't really any shows on here. It's just mostly people playing stuff. I guess is what he's saying.
I'm oiling this up now.
What game you got there?
I don't know.
Are you on a motorbike?
What?
Is that a motorbike?
I think so.
It looks pretty good. Oh.
Action biker?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I like the roller
Crashing
coaster.
and dying.
Yeah, man. So, Rusha, you've been in bed, and you just got up, and here we were.
I don't even know if this is the right way to go or anything.
This is the most casual retro cleaning you've ever seen. I'm just staring at John, and he's Q-tipping the heck out of this drive, and we're just chilling.
I'm oiling the drive rail right
Watching Action Biker. That looks pretty good. I've heard about this game, and I never played it.
now. Oh, really? Action biker?
No, I never played
Oh, I
it
used to
before.
wear that
I've
out
heard the
when I was
guys
a
on, the guys over at Retro Asylum talk about it all the time.
Who knows what's...
I remember going crazy trying to get across that roller coaster thing.
Yeah.
I'm staying on the road, but it seems safe.
That looks a little bit better than the C64 version.
Awesome.
So,
Really?
oh,
Yeah.
Boat, you're into the Action Biker.
I love Action Biker.
Why don't you show me how to really...
Okay.
I'm just
Took me a while to figure out what that
Playing
game
Action Biker
was.
correctly, that's
I
what
had to
you're
look
doing.
up
So
motorcycle, roller coaster,
come around
C64, or whatever, and finally found that. And I was like, oh, that's right. That's the name.
So there's someone. He said there's people in here that stream pinball. That might be kind of fun.
Once you get all the
Pinball's tough to photograph. A lot of the big time pinball people, they take the glass off.
That's what I was gonna
But when
say,
you
yeah.
do that, I mean, it messes with the sound and stuff. It's weird.
Pieces of the bike in random places each time.
Haze
Sure it
maker.
Pieces of your outfit. Sometimes they put them in really
I watched a video last night that was shot in '94. Okay, '94. It was me and my buddies when I first moved to Lexington, and on my back table is my buddy's PC. At the time, I just had an Amiga, and my buddy had hooked up to our local BBS. We were downloading stuff, and then at one point in the video, I go and get the hand scanner, and I'm scanning comic book covers with a hand scanner. And I could tell we were running telex because I could hear the fail tune in the background. I remembered it distinctly. I was like, oh, there it is.
How did you choose this game?
And while we were downloading, we were playing Steve Jackson games, Illuminati, in the floor while we were watching a shuttle launch. That shows you how crazy it is.
That's awesome.
Isn't that the wackiest thing, man?
Commando.
Yeah.
I mean, Action Biker
Retro
series,
Asylum, they bring that up a lot,
Maybe they're not random. Maybe they're always in the same place because that's where it was.
I like Retro Asylum. I'm not always interested in what they're talking about, but most of the time I am. And some of the hosts I really like. I was listening to that show way back when it first started, and they had gosh.
I mean, it's
I think it was Andy, and I can't remember the guys' names. It was a fun show. It was just a couple of dudes chatting about games. You know, I like that stuff. Just people chatting about stuff like that. I'm simple when I always found it interesting to just listen to the conversations people have about that sort of thing. Shows have evolved greatly since well, most shows. Me and Bo are pretty much about just sitting around talking.
Like if you all had a producer, it would be more complex. You know what I mean? I mean, you're all running like a one-man band sort of thing.
How complex does it need to be? I mean, in all honesty, we're just a couple of goofs talking about stuff. I mean, I produce ARG, but that's a whole much more structured show. Both of me, that show goes in weird directions.
Well, I'm saying like somebody sitting in front of OBS changing camera angles for you.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like that, you know.
Hey, I may have to look into that, Pix. You know, I haven't got to see hardly any of the brand new pinball machines, so I'm kind of interested in seeing them. Hey, who is it that's playing Action Biker?
John.
Now, Bo, what is the goal of this game?
You've got to collect the parts of your biker gear, like the helmet, the knee pads.
Shouldn't you have that stuff before you get on the bike?
No way, man. You got to have it to race. But when you're just cruising, you don't want anybody seeing you in that helmet.
Yeah, I like their game club, but I don't listen to those episodes either, unless it's a game I'm really into.
You gotta cut across.
You know, I think Mads is great. I really enjoyed his CD32, Amiga CD32 videos, and he's got a cool accent. I always liked him. You can tell he's a gaming machine. You know.
Well, thanks for coming, man.
I think we actually have tried to get him to we've talked to him about having him on the show for an interview. It's been a couple years ago, but nothing really ever came of it. We're cleaning a 1541 floppy drive. Blob.
Oh yeah.
I say we, but it's John who's doing the cleaning, and he's just now putting the board back in, and we're going to hook this thing up to a laptop. Yeah, Rushi, I'm with you, brother. Matt's is great. You know.
I'm having trouble setting this.
You rolling, dude? Take it easy, man. I didn't even say hi to you.
There we go. Okay.
There you go. You're in now.
It was a little off kilter there.
Right. Oh yeah, it's going together nicely. You can smell it. It smells clean.
Yeah. Is that alcohol?
Is it all done over there?
We're almost finished. We're getting ready to put it back together, and then we're going to try it on the PC. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm anxious to see your gimmick.
I haven't had that cable connected yet, so I have to see how that's.
Now is the time.
Hopefully, it's the same as my console cable for my network equipment. You just plug it in, and I can't remember what the protocol or whatever it's called.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
When you connect the USB has a smart translator or whatever that translates it to either serial or whatever.
Did I use some hillbilly vernacular? I don't even know if I don't know what Rushi's actually from Ohio.
Oh.
He's stationed over in Germany.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's the one that sent all those boxes over there. He sent those over. I appreciate that, man.
You got
Rushi, when you get back to Ohio one of these days, you're gonna have to roll down into the home state here, or maybe we'll even roll up to Marietta or something. We'll go out and have dinner. That'd be cool. I like Marietta. Is it Marietta? Yeah, it's right there across from Parkersburg, isn't it, Bo? Is that right?
Yeah.
I've got 3 buddies from Germany that I can think of.
Oh yeah.
Amir Bagiri, Bernard Vosseinrich,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, no, Eric Volo's from Norway. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about Germany. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I knew you lived up in that area. Now, Rushi, are you planning on coming back to Ohio when you're done in the service? Weird. That's a weird one to pick. Did you get that? Did you plug that power plug back in that you unhooked?
Not yet.
Hey, were you supposed to be cleaning that?
We've reached the
Were
end.
you supposed to be cleaning that with vodka?
Yeah, we're cleaning it with vodka, dude. I unleashed the Kraken on this drive.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. After unleashing the Kraken on myself, I'm keeping that dude in the cave for a while.
Yeah, it was an Emmy. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, when the day comes, Roosh, you just give us the high sign, brother. We'd love to meet some of the. We've due to the people we talk to now. Bo, of course, going to Ireland, but I've met precious few of our buddies on the internet. You know, John here, when we knew he was living close by, it was a glorious day because we couldn't believe that. That was such a stroke of luck. You know, what are the odds, right?
This is John Anderson's rally.
Well, there were two more people, like I said, that had Amigas that I knew,
Yeah.
but they're not in the area anymore. One moved to Florida, and the other one we don't know where he is now.
It's just that.
What are you missing here?
All right, we gotta choose.
Where'd this come from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not a very good technician, am I?
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
See, if we both use our brains, we've got one
See,
full brain.
I keep forgetting about this because it's not on mine. Okay, first I need to connect that wire.
Are those the Spectrum?
We're gonna try to get. I was telling Bo, I was like, we're gonna try to get to some of these local gaming shows, like, hey, Bo.
Would it really work now at this point?
Well, it's hard to tell with tapes.
Okay.
Yeah, like sometimes they won't. The thing is, it's like it's a long slog to load them, and then when they don't work, you've wasted a lot of time.
Hey,
So what they are useful for is
I'm gonna change the
is
camera. You're gonna start working on the table there.
Whoa.
Oh, I just needed to set it down so I
Is
could
that your
center
phone?
this.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so this is actually a great
So,
racing game. There's no
this side is the
accelerating.
tab.
You constantly accelerate and you push your button to brake,
Yeah.
and then it's
Anywho,
just left and right. And of course,
We always get invited to this show in Atlanta. I don't know if it's the classic.
it's VCF.
What's that stand for?
Vintage Computer.
Yeah, that's it. What's the fella that runs that, Bo? Do you remember his name?
Adam. It's either Adam Bradley or Adam Battersby.
Oh, is all those guys are running it?
Well, I don't know. It might be Adam somebody else.
Anyway, we always invite. And I actually tried to go last year, but I just couldn't get out. Something came up and I couldn't go. And so, but that kind of stuff that's pretty close. Like we're gonna try to get to some of the stuff, aren't we, Boat?
Yeah, we are.
And of course, Boat's going to Ireland again, which that's gonna be a load of fun for you, isn't it, Boat? I'm looking forward to your broadcast. You know, last year I was watching it while I was working, and it was just great. I really enjoyed it.
Well, this year I'm going to do it right. I'm going to have a direct audio feed from the soundboard,
Uh-huh.
so the audio quality will be improved immeasurably.
Well, what I liked, dude, was that you got a flavor for it. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like, and also the fact that you streamed it for like hours and hours. I know you might think, oh, what a hassle, or maybe it's overkill, but it wasn't. It was great
Oh, no.
because you got a flavor for like being there, and you could hear the idle chatter, and so it was just I liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm going to have a mobile. I'm going to have 2 stations, and I'm just going to walk around. I'm going to sit down next to people playing and just start taping them, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, man.
They just slowly lick their ear.
You could try to get another sit down with the guy from Cloanto this
Not
year.
only am I going to do that, I'm going to try and organize a round table with Fluanto Man, Pleasance, what's his name, Trevor, and Pixels of Dawn all at the same time.
Just go, what are we gonna call that? The UN of Amiga?
Yep.
That'll be
He
great.
is now.
Oh my gosh.
80 miles. That's not that far, Pixels. Jeez, I go that for going back and forth to work every day. You can hang and bang with Folds and Darren Coles wherever you want. That's awesome. You guys are so lucky to be able to just get down the street. We've got poor John here. It's the only local Amiga guy that is into that stuff.
It's pretty fun.
Is there?
So all
Cannot
you're
see
doing
this
is you're going around in a circle and you get your best time.
Right.
So there's no, whoa, I'm on the water.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I know why it's not seating. This is supposed to go through this hole, maybe?
Are you happy, Aaron? It's a computer club where you're doing hardware stuff.
That's
I know
right.
You hate just sitting around playing games.
I like to play games, but I mean, listen, you don't understand how valuable these clubs are for me. I mean, I'm not taking advantage of it like I used to tonight, but I mean, it's also fun. Me and John like this stuff. And people, I'm telling you, Bo, and you can ask Richard or Man Cave, go ask Neil. People enjoy watching people work on computer equipment and just like chatting.
Listen, man, once Retro Man Cave gets to be the success that the Amigos are, I'll start asking them.
Oh
for advice.
yeah, are you kidding me?
Oh, maybe that was the wrong end. Because that'll cover the ports. See,
Neil is a. You know what Neil's strength is. Aside the fact that he's a real super nice guy,
He's extremely attractive, swashbuckling.
That's right, but also he's a smooth operator. You know, he's got a good voice. He speaks like a public radio DJ.
Yeah, he does.
It's like, hello,
Him
hello,
and the
Cave
retro
Brothers.
recipes guy need to get together to have a smooth voice off.
Yeah, what's up with that guy? He sounds like Neil, and I think
He's
Neil
stealing Neil's gimmick.
Is
what
he?
he's doing. Oh,
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll.
I don't know where he gets his tunes, but they're pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. That's what I noticed. I was like, man, this guy's got good taste in music. That stuff is great.
Sing some misery.
Yeah. And you know, I'm a music guy.
I gravitate to a lot of people in podcasts that are
I cannot figure out.
Oh, yeah. The only audiobooks I listen
How
to
this
pretty
supposed to
much
go
are
here?
like British narrators. Although I am listening to Moby Dick, and it's an American narrator.
Should have paid attention here.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm almost done. It's been a very long slog.
Hey, Bo, you know,
Probably better.
Neil would make a great guy to read a book.
Yes.
Read a book like for like what is it, Audible that does the books that
Voiceovers.
Yeah.
he would.
Something like that.
Neil would be perfect to read a computer type book on
Oh,
that
yeah.
service.
He could read the Coco 3 Guide to Basic.
And I want a picture of him on the cover in those black gloves, just caressing an
He's
open
like- he's
Coco.
like- yeah.
He's like the cat burglar of repair. That's what he reminds me of. I see everybody wearing those things now. You can see the gloves me and him are wearing. ESD gloves.
Z games there
I
are.
don't do that in West Virginia.
It would be insane if there was a zookeeper board. I'd be very happy.
I think you got it there. I think it's the way
Yeah,
it's
well, I
supposed to
just
go.
needed to push it forward, but
Yeah.
this cable's in the way. I'm gonna need a seat down in
We're
here.
gonna find out because there's a bunch of
So I'll
different.
cut it off.
All right. That one's not gonna work. And just for fun, it locked up the multi.
That may be the other. Well,
That'll happen.
All right. Sorry.
Ah, that looks better. Okay.
All right. We're not gonna try that.
See, I was trying to
Or
push
maybe
it
we should
more
try
back. I didn't remember.
Okay.
That's a zip.
No.
There we
Well,
go.
they're all zips.
Ha!
All right.
Parafractic.
Zorro.
You familiar with them?
Mm-mm.
Hey, isn't Zorro the same guy that did Bruce Lee, Bo?
I think something's going on here.
I haven't heard of that.
I don't know.
All right, finally.
Yeah, maybe,
Outstanding, sir.
maybe I didn't.
Me and my ignorance of these drives.
Well, hey, live and learn now. Of course, I usually take a picture.
Yeah.
We'll find out shortly.
I was gonna say rewind the video.
I stand corrected.
Hey, Della Morte. Was it Della Morte, 78. Listen, we're on a carpeted floor, and it's air heaters on, so everything we're doing is against what you should do. Please don't. As fun as it is to watch us fool with this stuff, please do not use us as a guidebook to your repair, because we are violating every static law there is.
When I clean stuff like this, I never wear any static protection. But if I'm actually in there messing with stuff, I will. You know.
We've got some hardcore ESD protection where I work. And in fact, we just upgraded our ESD protection. My buddy rigged up this incredible. Oh, hey, Nigel. He rigged up this incredible ESD protective get-up for our work desk. But here we're just. What are you gonna do? Part of it is this old stuff. God only knows what's been done to it. I mean, at this point, it's either gonna work or it's not. Also, if you older stuff is far less prone to ESD issues than newer stuff, just due to the way it's manufactured. That doesn't mean you can't have it happen, but it's just the way it is.
I thought the actual cartridge was quite
I think
rare.
Della Morte is a cool sounding name, don't you? It sounds like a real vicious,
So,
like tango dancer or something. I don't know why I get that vision.
some piece of
Have you checked out any of the synthwave stuff that's been
Yeah,
going around?
an instrument.
I haven't got to check hardly any new
Oh
stuff
man,
Oh man.
of death.
there's some good stuff out there.
Hey, Picard in the house.
Mr. Bayer.
Man, I've seen all my buddies tonight.
Here we go. I've been waiting on this.
Now, if you can get this on right, you're laughing.
Well, I was going to clean it before that.
I mean, that hideous death burn on the top of it.
Yeah, that was really
That's what it
funny, like I
looks
said,
like.
when I saw
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. Bear.
if you're just
Vegan
tuning
chicken
in,
wings.
if you're just tuning in, we just finished and I say we, but it's John. John is going to work on one of the drives I got in that big batch of Amiga stuff I bought last month. I brought it over for
It's good.
cleaning and testing,
Oh,
and John brought the goods
yeah.
to go to work on it. And so after this is done, we are going to hook this thing up to his laptop with his new gimmick. I'll show it again.
See if it works.
See if it works. Yeah, you want to clean Picard stuff too? He's asking.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Bring it. Hey,
Oh my gosh, I wasn't.
Picard, if you bring it to town, buddy, we'll clean the heck out of it, my friend. Here this is again, in case you missed it the first time. This is a MX.
One again.
It's a XM 1541/XE 1541 PC adapter. There's that, and then flip it around for that. And then you've got your switch right there. You've got your hookup for the PC, and then you've got your hookup for the drive. And so theoretically, we can use this to. I guess you could burn images of C64 discs.
Yeah, you have
You can burn stuff to read on the C64, and you can. I guess yeah, I'm assuming you can. Is there a program you got to use to do this stuff?
Star Commander.
Okay,
here
so you
comes
can
the
format these discs, and
Bad guy.
so that'll be neat.
It's similar to
This is the
like
kind of
Directory
game that I'll
Opus and
play
stuff
a lot.
like that.
Sure.
Like you have two panels.
Yeah.
This is
I
also
love
the
Directory
game
Opus. I
where
remember when that thing first came out. Holy cow! Thank you, sweet Lord. That was so good. I was
Oh my
on
gosh.
the Amiga Facebook page, and this guy had taken his Amiga 1200 out to let it dry in the sun. I think he had his car, backseat of his car. Something happened. He wasn't paying attention, and he smashed it in about 12 pieces.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad for the guy.
Yeah. They're deadly.
Have you
It's
ever
funny. We were just talking about one of those earlier. What's that?
have you ever run across any lots of Amiga stuff like you just got and not picked it up?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say if you ever
Locally?
do, let me know. Yeah.
I've never done that. Here's the thing.
I want a 1200.
Oh, it's funny. I did buy a 1200 locally once, and that's what because remember my 1200. If you remember from the show, it kept screwing up. The mouse port was screwing it. It was real.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And a control, and it was I couldn't figure it out. I changed chips on it. I literally changed which chip was it? A CIS chip, whatever on it. But anyway, yeah, that's what it was. And so I ended up selling it, and I sold it with the full knowledge of this is what it does. And then I bought this other one, which is the one I've got now. So, oh man, Nigel's got 3 A1200s, and you making a frowny face. You're gonna make John jump to the screen.
Over here. How much do you want for it?
1200s in West Virginia are exceptionally rare.
No.
I would say,
Not like 500s, which are crazy common.
I've got that 500. I've got one good, fully functional 500 at the house now, both with the power supply and the additional stuff.
You know what a fully functional 500 is good for?
A lot of stuff.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Because you've got to have the stupid freaking scan double.
No, I don't.
For the 590.
I don't have to have that.
You got to have all that.
I don't. I've got that. Thanks to our good buddy here, I've got the HDMI solution with the SCART, and it
Looks
works
beautiful.
great. I was showing that to my buddies yesterday, and who was it came over the other night? I should have
That
told
was
him.
me.
It wasn't you, Boat.
Yes, it was.
No, it was before you were over there. It was somebody else. You've seen it before. Anyway, it looks great. It looks awesome. It was the best thing. It makes playing with the 1200 so much more fun.
But one of the things is it looks so good.
Yeah, they are.
It looks so good that it looks bad sometimes. Like I
Look at
fired up
that.
Shadow of the Beast.
Yeah. Look at
Oh, wow.
look at what Nigel's
man.
got. 2 A2000s, 2 A1000s, and 10
What?
A500s. What are you doing over there? Build a little fort out of Amigas? I thought I had a lot of them.
I remember drooling over the 2000, and they actually had one at Computers Plus.
Yeah.
I saw it in there. And I was like,
When was this?
I really should buy.
You talking
something that
20
can
years
run
ago or
in
whatever, or 30 years ago?
92.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
about
you're right.
92,
Now it was
93.
92. Yeah.
No, I was trying to think whether they still had it in the late 90s.
I've got an Amiga. I've got two Amiga 500s, an Amiga 600, an Amiga 1000, an Amiga 1200, and a CD32.
Like, if you bought
But,
this, you could stick this cartridge in that and play.
The one of the 500s doesn't work, and the 1000, like some of those keyboard issues.
Yeah, I want something with AGA.
Yeah, the SCART gimmick that, and of course I'd heard about this before, and I was just like, eh. But when John was like, listen, you got to get this, and I was like, yep, you're right. It was dead on. It worked great.
It's great. Yeah, like I said, I fired Shadow of the Beast up, and I was like, oh. I was like, it's so sharp.
Yeah.
It looks bad. You know, you can see all the little jagged lines and everything.
Hey Nigel, I gotta ask, are you just a rampant maniac collector? Have you inherited these? And why do you have so many? Look at Picard too. He's got 4 A500s, 1200. He's got 4 C64s.
Say, I'll trade some 64s for an Amiga.
You've got a hey Nigel. Do you have
Yeah,
a CD32 in your collection?
Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Oh, you know what I found out? It's one of the best things to clean a computer with.
What's that?
Formula 409.
Oh,
I
yeah?
became a believer when I worked at this computer place where we used it to clean up the computers before they were sent out.
Yeah.
We would repair somebody's computer and clean it as well. So when they got it back, they were like, wow, this is like a new computer, you know?
Yeah,
Sort of
Picard's
the wow
got one.
factor.
This is kind of neat.
Yeah, I haven't had a desktop Amiga for a long time. I mean, like a 2000, 3000, or 4000. We have owned, believe it or not, briefly, me and Brent owned two 2000s, a 3000, and 4000. And we sold all those long ago. A CD-TV, Nigel. Boy, that would be a sweet gimmick. Those things are really going off. And really, they're pointless to own, but they just look cool. You know, you ever seen one? They're so
Yeah.
pretty.
Looks like a fancy
Oh yeah,
DVD player
dude.
or something.
I thought about doing that, Rushy, but my CD32 has got some damage done to it, so I don't think I could get the terrible fire. I'm not sure I could even get it to work. So
That's why we fruitless trying to get in these jail.
There's just not that many 1200 XLs.
the 2000's the best. Yeah, you might be. I mean, I like having the accelerated 1200, and I like having the AGA. On the flip side, I would like to have expansion because really what I'd like to have, I've built that, I've got that classic PC, the Pentium 1. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I would love to have an Amiga with a bridge board and slots in it so I could have like the classic PC stuff built into my Amiga, like I used to.
Have you seen Neil's video about putting a clone PC in your Amiga 500?
I saw the one
That
where he
little
put.
board?
I saw the one where he put it, and it was on Mac.
Well, this was one where it said turning your A500 into a clone PC or whatever, like an IBM compatible PC, and it's called the Power PC board that you put in the little bay on the bottom of the A500.
I used to have. Oh man. I used to have my Amiga 1000 had a bridge board or a thing in it called the PC. It was called the At Once card, AT, and then Once. And it fit in there, and it gave me the power of like a 286. No VGAs. That's the thing. If you've got one of the big box Amigas, you can get like a VGA card. Do all this, really put some PC cards in it, which would be awesome, Hey,
Get in there.
that's our good boy Graham W. Ebke. What's up, dude? We're just cleaning up a 1541 here. By we, I mean him.
So Bebke's down in Australia, right?
Yeah, he's way down south of the equator.
You got warm weather yet?
Generic.
I know it's cold up here, so it better be warm down there.
I already know that the Xbox runs some of the same emulators, just different platforms.
I've gotten to the point with the Amiga.
Apples
The
for
1200 works so well, and it looks so good.
This is exactly the
That
same.
I don't
When these games load, they
feel the
run
need to
exactly
mess
the
with the
same.
other Amigas. I'm like, I'm done. It plays everything I want.
You could take these
And I will
off,
say,
put them on the disc and run it in
One
just
of our
run
buddies,
it.
I would say
Oh yeah, man. Do you have an at once card, dude? One of our buddies
What's that?
sent me an SD card, and it was already categorized
Oh,
and
yeah.
just jacked. And I got a thing that converts my compact flash reader to SD, and then put that in there, so it works great. You know, I just love it.
Yep.
That's great.
There's a lot of that's where that little area you're doing there. That's where the nastiness gets settled in.
Made them hungry.
What are you guys playing, Boaster?
Test drive. Okay,
Oh.
this is not what I was expecting,
Duh.
and it's also a buggy mess.
That looks like double crap.
Yep. I don't like to say anything about our friends in Hungary, but that was not their finest effort.
That was the Hungarian test
That was
drive.
the Hungarian Atari team.
Maybe driving over there's tough.
You know, it was like,
I was just telling somebody that hasn't, unfortunately, seen Crocodile Dundee before.
Yeah.
I like that line where he's in New York and he gets ready to drive the cab and he said, "No wonder there's so many accidents. Wheels on the wrong side."
Yeah. You know, did you know our buddy Graham just got back from Japan.
Ooh.
And he was sending some pictures of Japan, and holy smokes, they looked awesome, didn't they, Bo?
Yeah, man.
Graham is a world traveler, and he got to go into the big time cool parts of Japan with all the cool gaming stores and
On his
stuff.
company's dime, no less.
Yeah, that's a good company you got there, Graham.
this was
I heard it is a beast to get from here to Australia.
Well,
I can imagine that's a long trip.
Well, they say 19 hours with overlays or something crazy.
Oh, yeah?
like that. Oh,
She's
yeah.
19, eh?
Something like that with
the
overlays, I
Japanese
think.
version of Tapper, I believe, was Suntory.
I'd love to go down there, but woo. You know, everything deadly comes from Australia.
I've got two peripherals for the Amiga 1000 that I've tested them, but I've not used them in depth. One is a SCSI adapter, and one is just a straight up memory expansion. I can't recall what they are right off the top of my head, but they both work. Like I said, the 1000 is sort of on the back burner until I can do something with the keyboard. But I was happy to get the GoTech mounted and working, so that was nice.
My buddy Dave said he's going to try to put a GoTech drive in his Insonic ESQ1 that he just inherited.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I believe that is not a constant read drive, so he won't have to modify it with a switch like I did for my Roland. I don't know why, but Roland is a constant read drive. You put a disc in, it just reads it the whole time you have it powered on.
Sounds like a disc destroyer.
Yep. And they said because of that, when you use the GoTech, you have to modify it with a switch to take it offline and then change the disc and then pop it back on.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that's what I had to do.
Nigel, the keyboard, I got a connector for it, I think. And like you guys said, it was just it was like a phone connector, like a handset connector. But whenever I plugged the keyboard into the Amiga, I guess it's the num lock or scroll lock, whichever one has a light, the light comes on, it stays solid, and I don't get any action with the keyboard. So
Did you ever get any?
it's kind of a bummer. I will say the Amiga does work, and I managed to put the GoTech in it. It's neat to go. You know, the Amiga has to have the Kickstart disc in it. You know, and so with this thing, you don't have to do anything. But I've got a USB in it. I just flip the Kickstart and flip one out, and so that's kind of fun.
Can you upgrade Kickstarts with that? Like put a...
Yeah, no, you can't do it that way. Now, Nigel, I'll be honest, I have not gotten to sink a lot of time into doing much with it because I've been stacked. I've been up against the wall for like the past couple weeks. So I did take the Amiga apart. I inspected it, and it looked good. It looked fine. Everything looked solid inside. I cleaned it, calves look good. The expansions look good, so I'm going to try to have another go at it eventually. Hey, Pixels, man, thanks for popping in. Go grab some sleep, dude. I'm sure Lob's Terminator's passed out after his big night. He's probably knocked out.
He's asleep on the bus.
And this doesn't have a numpad. It was the best mechanical keyboard I could find that didn't have a numpad.
Brent's losing his voice.
Brent's been sick for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
And he's been mentally sick. So I'm in a... Hey, did you guys see that video I posted in Discord showing the, I think it was the Spectrum playing Super Mario?
Yeah,
Could you believe that crap, Boat?
I'm gonna be playing it next week.
That looks like awesome. I mean, and it's dead on. I mean,
Yeah.
more or less. There's still, but I mean, it's got the sound. It's got. It looks like it played just
I'm
like
always
the
trying to
game.
predict when they set the glass down.
That's all I'm for.
always fan.
It looks good,
But
man.
you know how I am.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
it looks real
Like
good,
this.
man. I like it.
Like right there. They drink forever.
That's the first thing I do with anything that I get, clean it.
Not me.
Music, man. I don't know what that means.
Now it's getting ready to get interesting, y'all.
Maybe you get a rank at the end.
Hey, Nigel. Oh, still awake. Go lobby.
Ah,
Nigel, did you see you had an MFM drive on your 1000? I mean, how heavy, loud, and hot is that? Those things are ancient. Does it still work?
Oh, we gotta play Keep Moving Home.
Is it the one that finished very quickly?
I can't finish it very quickly, but I can finish it.
You're playing ET. There he is.
Well, there's this one game. I don't know if it's just the. There's one that's like you like it was like you doing it like it's like literally.
Yeah,
just 10 minutes.
a couple of days
This might
before
be
my
it.
test, I had a hot water bottle on my head trying
This
to.
is the game that
be well
terrified
enough
me
to
as a
take my
child
exam.
because the
Yeah.
spoke,
Oh,
and
God.
I've never heard that before.
And I said I'm gonna blame it on being sick, but I was working on a simlet and did all the correct setup on the wrong switch. And I was like, oh
There
no!
you go.
And then I saw that I was only halfway through the exam and I was under an hour because it's a 2-hour exam. You know?
Yeah.
And I was at like 57 minutes. I was like, oh, I gotta skip the simlet. I figured I'd failed. And I needed a 790 to pass, and I got a 790.
That's awesome. Tell them in chat what the
Oh, I just finished Cisco CCNP switch, trying for a CCNP. Yeah.
Outstanding. Hey, Nigel, my buddy used to have MFM drives. I never could afford one, but my buddy had them, and man, those things sound like a rocket's firing up, and they get hot too, and they're huge too. If that thing still works, that's a miracle.
Yeah, it felt really weird when I was filling out my info after the CCNP switch.
Yeah.
It asked me what my occupation was, and I put cook.
Yeah.
I
Not
was
much
like,
fun.
what the heck is a cook doing with a CCNP?
You know, Rushi, I'm reading this, and Nigel, it's not just me. It's just when you're an adult, you're a worker, it's hard to find time to fool with this stuff. It's very difficult. I feel like, sometimes I'll be at home. Like, I was at home the other day, and Teresa was gone, and Luke was gone, and I just sat there, didn't know what to do. I was baffled. And you know what my first instinct every time is to go to bed. I'm just like, I'm so tired.
Wow.
But I fight it, It's like, okay, I gotta do something.
Oh, come on, Aaron. We know.
Oh, yuck.
Every time you're home alone, you just drink.
Look at it at that
Right,
angle. There's
play
still 30
COD.
minutes.
Yeah. I haven't played COH for like 2 weeks.
You're on there like 16 hours.
Also, my internet's off. I asked Brent about that. I don't have to say anything more. Our internet's been so jacked up, we get to play, anything hardly.
Here's where you go to eat your shit.
The last thing I did was rig up that US. I told you about that gimmick I rigged up on my DOS machine, didn't I?
So.
Remember I was over here trying to get the compact flash card to work and that thing. And
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do it, And so I
Where are you?
I was like, what are my options? And so I got the thing had 2 USB 1s on it, all right? So, and I'd been using a USB drive on it, but it wouldn't work in DOS. And so I got a DOS driver, and I got it to work, and I was looking to see what the newest USB mass storage DOS driver was that would work, because I'm using Windows 98 SE with a true DOS. And sure enough, I found like the last one that I could find. And so now in DOS and in Windows, I've got a 16 gig USB drive working.
Jeez.
So I went and bought
Federal agents, and once
I went and
you
bought a
try to-
USB card,
you, and if they
a
don't, you
USB
don't
2
take it.
card for the PC. It's like a PCI card. Stuck it in this thing, and so that sped it up considerably. And it works in DOS and in Windows with no drivers. It just kicks it. It works.
There it is.
And so
Ah,
theoretically, I can hook up 4 more 16 gig USB drives to this thing if I wanted to.
Man.
I'm not going to. And then the card I got is one of those cards that have like an internal USB port built into the card. So I ran a little extender out the front of the thing. So I've got a front mount 16 gig USB drive on the Pentium 1.
Oh, you know what I do with, I might have told you before, what I do with those GoTech drives and stuff is I'll get one of the little storage buds that are supposed to go in your laptop. They're only like that big, and that way you don't have a big thumb drive sticking out the front of the thing.
I know exactly. Yeah, you showed me those one time.
And I mean,
You see this?
You don't need more than like 16 or 32 gig.
Nigel picked up a P2. It's got some old SCSIs. Those SCSIs are also will get hot and loud, won't they? And when you've got, I believe you have what 7 SCSI devices in one machine. You could make quite a mess and be quite loud with those things. I never could afford SCSI. That was always the Cadillac of hard drives back in the day. So the first machine I ever had with a hard drive in it was the Amiga. I had a 40 meg hard drive, and it cost a fortune. To get
that
this
been
thing.
Massive. Oh yeah, I want to see that C64 hard disk. What was that? 15 megabytes?
What was that?
The 64 drive that you have?
Hey Rousey, this is on the Atari.
I don't know how big it
not
is.
the VCS.
Oh, I thought it was like 15.
Yeah, he's playing on the computer, Atari computer. We got the 1200 XL over there,
Yeah,
bud.
man.
Yeah. That rare item. So now we're going to get some
All right.
PC action going. This is going to be sweet, or it won't work,
If you feel
or
like,
the drive won't work.
if you feel like cleaning this later.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me?
I didn't do a very good job on it.
I'm excited to see what happens here.
Let's see. I got that. And
You won't have to heat that room, Nigel, with that thing spinning up, because those things can put out heat, big time heat. My buddy built a file server out of a bunch of old SCSI drives.
Are you talking about Wilcox?
Oh yeah, he's the file server master. He loves them, and he built one. But the first one he built was out of SCSI drives. I mean, this thing was so unbelievably loud. Another thing you can get back in the day, you used to sell these IDE drives called Bigfoot drives. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
And Bigfoot drives were a full 5 1/4 inch slot drives. They were as big as a floppy drive. Those things would get hot and be loud too. They were super loud.
No,
It's definitely better.
my little Pi keyboard in here. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Not bad. Bluetooth.
It's just whatever dongle, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, dude. Quantum
It
Bigfoot.
also says,
Yeah, man.
I love black like the night.
Oh, okay.
Hey, listen, Rushi, I'm sure you know this. The Tandy 1000 was our second computer after the Coco. We had it. In fact, we had 2 of them. We had the SL, and then we moved up to the TL. And one thing that the Tandy had, it had a built-in sound digitizer. And we used to play with that thing, and it was awesome. It worked,
That's pretty good.
There's still a game I've been trying to figure out. My buddy Chris Michael had it for the Tandy, and I remember that it was like an Aztec pyramid, and you had to go up on the pyramid and stuff. But I've never found the name of it.
You're talking about Aztec Challenge.
I'm
This
not
is
sure.
you ever played Forbidden Forest? The fellow that did Forbidden Forest do you have to run past guys that are throwing spears and stuff at you?
I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that fellow's name that did Aztec Challenge and Forbidden Forest. But he's a gifted programmer. Also, guess what? He's a musician. He was in a band, and so his music was. I don't know if you ever watched. Me and Boat covered the C64 in one of our very early ARGs, and one of the games we did was Forbidden Forest. And man, boy, you talk about us coming out of nowhere. This thing was outstanding. You got to try this on your C64. I mean, it's off the charts good. Yeah, dude, Tandy's music was great. Man, this Pentium, the Pentium 2s, was it the Pentium 2 or the Pentium 3 that were the slot processors, the big, huge slots? Yeah.
And it just repeats.
Slot A and slot B.
What are you going to do with those, Nigel?
Yeah.
You going to play games on them or just have them sitting around?
Got my good synthwave
Rushi's
background.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Man, that looks eerily similar to the background I've got on
It's actually
that Tronny looking thing. I love that stuff.
It's a freeze frame from a Miami Nights 1984 video.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of synthwave bands listen to. Yeah.
How you getting all this stuff,
Oh, yeah,
Nigel?
absolutely.
Are you just a deal sniffer? Are you a super wealthy? Like, what's your angle to get all these Amigas and PCs? I mean, and your house must be like a warehouse. Remember where they put the Ark and Indiana Jones? That's where Nigel's in there.
That's why Tony Gocher.
Who's working on this thing? Top people. That's Nigel.
See what this thing thinks.
What do you got there, Boat?
This is death races. With a lot of
Okay.
Fancy.
And when do you hook up the driving power? Does it have to detect?
Well, yeah, I hooked this up to see what it would do.
Well, it shouldn't do anything, should it? It's not. There's
Well,
nothing hooked to it.
the serial or rollover cable that I have for my network equipment, when I plug it in, it detects it. It says UART, I think, something like that, and it sees this right here. So I was seeing whether
First of all,
it did the same thing.
does your Dell have the port turned on in BIOS?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna check. Well, it should come up UART or whatever that is.
You know.
So all I have to do is check to see.
Yeah, Bruce, he's looking at it. He's angling. Hey Nigel, I tried to use that. I couldn't get that compact flash gimmick to work. We were just talking about that. I couldn't get it to work on my P1. I guess the BIOS was just too old to support it, and it just wouldn't work. And the funny thing is, I could get it to work in Windows, but not in DOS.
Alright, we're done with this.
Now, if I have an LPT port in here, it's okay.
Yeah, you'll know if you see it.
Where it said disable cartridge and cold start.
So
Where
It'd be under
is it?
ports.
this will automatically
There's a thing called
start
like
you with
port.
basic, which
Trying
you
to see
need
where it
run
was.
some games, but some
Uh,
games will not run if basic is installed.
Not
So
under
you
here.
have to toggle that as you
No.
Oh, okay.
see if there's an
I thought it
attorney.
was.
Look, did you
under
look at other
comms.
devices?
I thought it was under comms. Oh. LWACP.
That could be. Is that it?
Oh yeah.
Not sure.
Unhook it and see if it goes away.
Good idea.
Okay, it did detect it because.
Well, yeah, change the icon on it.
Right, but it did that. When it did that, that means it detected. So that means it's working. So you're in.
Huh.
You're in. You got it. It'll auto detect and install a driver, so you won't have to do anything about it. Just the fact
I just
that when
can't remember where I went to check on it.
Yeah, well, you should be good to go. Can you guys see? I'm going to zone in a little bit here on this.
Okay.
I'm coming in over your shoulder.
I gotta find that software. So I gotta connect to Boat's network here.
Let me
What do
turn
you
it
think about
away.
this, Aaron?
You already have his password. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be typing it in. Is that Popeye?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that Sailor Man crushes that.
It does. It really does.
Well, it looks like they made that guy's face just like it's an S.
Yeah.
For collard
Popeye
greens.
Yes. The face of Bluto. I'm also horrible at Popeye, so that doesn't help things.
Here, no.
Okay.
It gets a fair shake.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Firefox. Do it.
I often forget that you can do that also.
I think where I was looking, if I had that rollover cable I was talking about installed with UART on it, I think it'll actually pop up as COM ports in the list, but it wasn't in there. So I think this probably is not a active cable, I guess you'd say, as far as that's concerned. What it does, though, the one I'm talking about is when you plug it in, it has a little chip in the USB connector and assigns you a COM port, either COM 1 or 3 in here.
What is the Dell Power Edge, Nigel? I mean, I'm not sure you know what that is.
Power Edge is a laptop.
Is that a laptop?
I think so.
$800 laptop? Golly, Neds. You did pretty good on that. I love a deal, as you know.
There's no other stages that have that.
We have to
kind
get
of
a deal and
drop
stuff, don't we?
Bluetooth
When you're coming from the bottom, everything you gotta find an angle. That's the way I look at it.
Well, I mean,
Oh
music,
yes,
they have
dual
to
socket.
grab
Now wait a minute,
the-
Nigel. I just saw someone do a video on. Well, it wasn't recent. But I saw a video on YouTube where a guy was tooling around with one of those dual Xeon servers. What are you gonna do with that? Sell it?
Oh.
So you're now getting the software you need to actually.
And I'm going to install it.
Yeah, you can't turn down that profit margin, man. You can't. No, Nigel, where exactly are you over there?
I'm getting off the stage, darn it.
You
Oh.
You got to be kidding me.
What's it say?
Said cannot run on this version of
Yeah,
Windows.
that is crazy. His face really is.
Can you
like
run it as an admin?
I just don't think that it likes it because it's a DOS program.
We'll need out the background.
How old is this thing? It's brand new, isn't it?
The program is not.
How old's the program?
2010.
Well, that should still work. Good God. Windows 7 and Windows 8 was out by then.
So when is the level over?
You have to. He's got to get 4 more hearts.
Okay.
SC main exe.
I've never beaten the first level.
For minimum installation, you need the main executable. SC main. Okay, I think that's it.
There you go. So you're landing all these sweet deals, and I would never. I'm not gonna lie. I would never think that you would get that kind of action in Australia or north of Australia. I bet it's beautiful down there. Look at where he's at.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
I
what
bet
is
that's
that?
gorgeous. You know it. Wouldn't that be nice?
That's how
It's going away though, unfortunately.
that is
It's
horrid.
coming apart.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I can't remember how much
Man.
percentage-wise they said is dead so far.
You guys are living the dream. You guys are really. You're very fortunate. You know, gosh, I'd like to visit down there sometime. You know, wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
One of my favorite bands is from there, The Church.
Oh yeah.
You listen to them?
I've heard of them.
Oh, they're awesome.
Should you?
Uh,
You should be
I got
able
to hang out with Steve Kilby for a day,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, he's a pretty interesting fellow. He was talking about when he got busted buying heroin in New York by an undercover cop. And he
Yeah.
said that was when it finally occurred to him that he needed to wake up and straighten his life
Yeah,
out.
I can tell you right now from experience at work and going to prisons
Mhm.
that heroin is no good. You should never do that.
He said it was invented by the devil.
Yeah. You know, do you think it's now? This is going to sound real sad. Everyone's like an old guy, but isn't it neat that you can? That some people that live like in Australia and stuff can like watch us hang out in the basement in Hurricane, West Virginia. It's quite remarkable. Why are people so grumpy now? They've got all this wonderful technology. They've got all access to all this cool stuff. Everyone should be happy. There should be no one mad or fighting. We should all be rocking and rolling. Does it say why?
Just says to find a version for your PC, check with the software.
Let me ask you, are
publisher.
you running 64 or 32-bit? What are you running?
64.
Right click on it, run as administrator, and see if you can get it to go.
I figure it's just an incompatibility issue.
Okay, I got another idea. This doesn't work.
Cannot find SC main exe.
Okay, you might get some action here now. I think you can run it as admin. A
it
church,
said it
look,
couldn't
Graham
find
is
it.
pleased that you like church.
Oh man, I am a huge church fan. In fact,
Have a good time,
a
bud.
good
I'm
story
glad.
is
I'm glad.
I don't know if Bebke heard me that I got to hang out with Steve Kilby for a day, and I told him that I had a MB5 Fender bass, and he approves. He said that's a good bass. So
We were just
Kilby
talking to
approved.
Nigel lives up near the Great Barrier Reef. Isn't that nice?
Mm.
He's got a collection that would blow your mind. You couldn't believe the junk he listed on here.
So what are we doing over here?
Right now, we're going to try to get this drive to work on his. He's got a gimmick to hook this drive up to Windows, and you can actually knock off C64 stuff on the drive.
Oh my god.
But I'm having an incompatibility issue.
Well,
with
yeah, but
Windows.
that right there, you've got something set up incorrectly. Is what I think's going on right here now.
Well, it just doesn't like that this is a DOS program.
Okay, so here's my how old you say this thing was? Go
This is
out
a
and
2010
here's what you do: load up DOS box,
Yeah, that'd be about the only option.
and you can get that easy and try that,
Right, you can make it out.
Yeah, for sure.
or a virtual, computer.
Yeah, I was trying to think
I'm going to Morgantown tomorrow
what options.
Oh, yeah.
DOS box and
Okay.
for some band director clinic thing.
Now,
what's the more direct
Yeah,
route? I was
remember-
trying to think of.
what are you doing,
Talk about that.
Nigel, with an 8-inch drive?
No. Oh,
Yeah, no kidding, Picard.
Yeah.
I have some 8-inch discs from back in the day,
Um,
but those drives are incredibly ancient.
They're called Suncrest Town Center, which has a lot of restaurants and stuff.
Wasn't there an alternative
There's
to
an
DOS
Egyptian
box that's
restaurant
Well,
better?
that's a
short?
valid point.
I mean, it's like
What's that?
I think there's a solution you can use other than DOS box.
Don't they have
that's more
virtual
direct.
desktops? I mean, you can use something like
It's
that.
great. I mean, I ate there twice. Both times.
Someone,
I was
why don't you
there.
Google this and see if anybody's
Oh,
having this problem?
I was thinking of VMware.
Why don't you Google it and see? Because it's got to be other people. You just bought this thing. Go to the website and see what they say.
Well, this isn't the software for this.
Oh, yeah.
It's just compatible with it.
Yeah.
There's one of
Just
those
get the
there
software that comes
outside
with it
of the
then.
Egyptian place, which it's
Well,
called
no, I mean there is no
Hybrid
software
Code.
that comes with it. This is just a
It's
standalone device that works with
There's lots of
anything like Star Commander.
Can you?
So
What
Star
else? What are
Commander
the
is
other things you can do
recommended.
with it?
There's another program that's like it,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna look up see if anybody has
But yeah,
any Star Commander information. C64.
I use a program for mounting or for formatting USB drives with FAT32 that are over 16 gig, and it has a bunch of crazy. Which might need to do something like that.
Let's go see what they said for this. It's Windows 7's close enough. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you a
watch-
clue. Oh, they just opened SC main on Windows 7 and it works. Resolution's bad. Doesn't go any higher. Okay. The Star Commander, it says, and it's a shortcut. So they've installed the program.
Oh,
on here and
maybe
it's
you.
working.
Hey, maybe that's the ticket. Okay, shrink that for a second. I got an idea.
I'll just can it.
Okay, now where do you have that saved?
I extracted it to here.
Okay, now take that, make a shortcut to the file you're going to run, and then we'll put it in we'll put it in compatibility mode and try it. That's because didn't you say they had a shortcut to get it to
Well-
work?
SC main is what you're supposed to use to launch it, I guess.
Okay, drag that to
SC
your
setup though is to set it up.
Okay, what do you need? Do you need to use that?
I think so.
What happens if you hit that?
It gives me that.
Okay, drag that exe. Now hold on a second. Make a shortcut of that on your desktop. Step one.
Of the SC setup. you
Yeah,
think?
both of them.
Oops.
Make a shortcut on your desktop. Okay, now once you do that, right click on the shortcut and go down and go into the compatibility mode and run it as compatibility mode for DOS.
Where'd it go?
Ready?
I didn't beat your score yet.
Well, that's what next month's for. Have to look up some tips and tricks.
You're right. You should buy one of these.
Phone,
Boy.
I have one.
I'm not
Oh,
just seeing things. It's not on there.
Yeah. I saw that.
Probably $1 million over.
Be out, yo.
Okay.
Huh.
Loses.
Weird.
Thanks for coming.
Bye, Brent, Terry.
Talk to you Tuesday.
Be careful, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Why don't you call me in the morning and we'll see what we're going to do? Because we can even go a little bit later than 10. All right, there's no hurry.
If you want to, Aaron,
Yeah. We can do it in the evening even if we wanted to.
why don't you make a post? Due to time change, ARG will be later this week only.
Yeah, I will.
And
That's it.
then
Plus, hopefully you'll feel a little bit
Once we
better.
both get up and get moving, we'll do it.
Yeah, that
Sound
sounds.
good?
Yeah, that sounds fine, dude.
All right, don't forget to post.
I won't. I won't.
All right, I'll be in touch.
What's it say?
Unable to create shortcut.
Later, folks.
So yeah.
Be careful, Britt.
Thanks for DMing.
Bye, Terry.
Matt.
Oh, later.
Yeah, this thing does not like Windows 10. The last update for Windows, the shortcut is in the folder. Why? That is bizarre.
Is that it? Now right
No,
click
it
on it.
did.
Right click on it. Now get into properties
Yeah.
and then go over to
Compatibility.
yeah. And
It works in Windows 7. So
well, we don't know that because they may have been doing the same thing there. So
Maybe.
put it in DOS.
Is there a DOS compatibility? I thought the lowest you could go is Windows XP.
Go to Windows. Is there Windows 98?
Yeah.
Go to that.
Does not like that. Yeah, Windows 10.
Well, I would try just grabbing another type of program. Just heck with that one.
This was the recommended one to use with that device.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Nigel. That stuff's full. Everything you just wrote, it could be in another language. I know what monitor, keyboard, and trackpad is. That's it.
The 1U is a 19-inch rack unit. If I'm correct with what he's talking about.
Well, you're using a
Some limitations.
you're using a powered USB hub, aren't you?
For what?
For your main computer.
I've got 2 of them.
2 of them?
Currently.
Okay. I'm just looking at your stuff here.
All my USB hubs are powered.
Okay.
Ooh, Atlantis Revenge. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Who made this boat?
I don't know. I think it was just some guy.
Oh.
This is very similar to that Odyssey game, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
This looks like an Odyssey game, an O2 game.
Okay, is that a good thing?
Well, it has like the numbers down at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Nigel said you're correct.
Oh, yeah. So I'm used to those from audio gear as well as network gear. I was pretty surprised to find out the big Cisco switch that I got. I bought a modular switch. It's about that big.
Yeah.
And it's still rackable at 19 inches.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Hey, when you mount this, when you actually hook this thing up to the computer, will that floppy drive come up as a accessible like drive in my computer?
It's only I think it's only able to be seen by programs like Star Commander, where once you have it set up correctly, then it'll show you your PC side here and then this side on the other. Yeah. Okay, well, you see here it says, so the XM51 cable, which is what most people have, cable is supported by the following PC software: CBM for Linux, OpenCBM, and Star Commander. So, looks like this one would be the only other one we could try.
Go for it.
OpenCBM.
Hey, they're
Oh, look
pretty
at this.
recent.
Yeah.
That's your baby. Release candidate from 2017. Good enough. Take care of business. You got to go with that one. It's by far the newest one.
I'm wondering where the link is, though.
Can you click on the actual blue?
Links. Hold on.
No, go back.
Sorry.
Click on the actual.
Yeah, I tried.
What about the?
The only link is manual underneath here. Utilities. Huh.
You ever played this one, Aaron?
Keystone Cops?
Keystone
wow.
Capers.
Caper, excuse me. Yeah, I've played
It's
that.
been a while.
In fact, I played it on your Atari. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Did that just get ported?
No.
Wait, someone just got a port of this, and I played it on there. It was good.
Okay,
So you think this thing, Twitch is taking less battery?
It's taking more, he says.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or maybe you're right. No, I'm sorry, Aaron. I misunderstood. You said it correctly.
Download. There we go. Finally.
There it is.
Come on.
It's a very ambiguous website.
Well, listen. These guys are not HTML programmers. They're crazy, wacky C64 program guys.
If you want to play something
Gee, this
else,
is big,
Larry,
too.
just hit the one player button and hold it down, and then press the 2-player button. It'll take you back to the menu.
Okay.
Lobsterminator made it home. Go, man. Hey, man.
It's crazy late over there. Lobby's in Finland.
Listen, Lobsterminator was out, and he was drinking at a sauna and listening to tunes. That's what he did tonight. And
That sounds awesome.
I'm glad you made it home, dude. Yeah, man. I love the fact that people can listen in the cars and buses and stuff, and they're so far away. The internet should make the world a much more peaceful place, and it didn't do that, did it? It seems like it's done the exact opposite. How's it looking?
Looking in the installation here. Oh, let's talk about tarballs for Linux. Let me see.
I like the tune, Bo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good looking version, eh?
This is probably my favorite version of this game.
You know, I will say they did a good job on the Atari 2600 with this too.
It is. It's very good. Well, that was where it was originally released.
Yeah, for the 2600, Activision had the secret formula, you know.
Yeah, they knew what was going on. A lot of people think this version is a little bit too busy with the background stuff, but it doesn't bother me.
Well, this is talking about two different devices. I don't have the XUM1541 and the XU1541.
Run this sucker. Let's just give it a whirl. It'll work.
Well, it says that it needs a driver specifically for that cable. And this isn't the cable, you know. Oh, this is more of a hassle than I thought.
The guy had it, but I mean, they listed this link off the website, so you know it's going to work.
Well, whatever I'm looking up is not associated with this at all.
Right, but the thing you downloaded was linked from the place you bought that.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh.
It just said, if you buy one of these, use a program like, and then gave the program lists. Well, let me see what they say, because I can go on eBay where this came from.
You know what? I like the idea that a guy goes out. It's a Saturday night. He kicks back a few. You know, he's at the sauna listening to tunes. He hops in the cab or the bus, and he's whisking through this foreign countryside and listening to us and watching our show. I like the vision of this guy just sitting in the bus or whatever, and he's going through this neon city and then out in the country. That's a music video right there. Next time you put together an ambient tune, there you go. Guy on bus watching Goose in a basement. That's how you do it right there.
Yeah, it says sale for his adapter only, no software included. These adapters are assembled such and such, whatever. This adapter can be used with software such as OpenCBM, allowing you to plug. Okay, so OpenCBM is what they are talking about in here.
Good.
And then they said you need a DB25M connector.
Got
That's
that?
what that is, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Leroy, are you playing Galaga?
No.
I thought I heard that.
Okay. Well, that's what they said is OpenCBM.
There you go. I'm telling you, man, just hook it up and let it roll. What could possibly go wrong? Even if you blow up my drive, it's found.
Well, unless the software is running, we won't even see anything. me see. Read me. Install bad install CBM binaries.
PDP 11.
Okay, and I did run the
Yeah,
install
because everyone
bad.
needs one. You know, I've
Oh,
got.
that's a heck of a batch file.
Yeah, it is.
Woo!
I've got 2 classic PCs at the house. One of them needs recapped. It's an old. Gosh, what is it? It's an old Gateway or Dell something. But I don't know. One of them I don't have hooked up because the Pentium 1 plays the majority of the games I like.
Access denied. Okay.
So you got something going here.
Well, I was trying to see what the errors were, and it says access denied. So, more than likely, I have to run it as administrator to get administrative privileges. And that was right. Okay. There we go.
So now you've got. Now we're cooking here.
Now we got something at least.
What are you playing there, Bo?
Check this out.
Is that kickoff?
Oh yeah.
Like as in Amiga kickoff?
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
Anco software, Dino Dini.
The one and only.
Okay. Install bad, install CBM binaries, firmware update bat, update your Zoom floppy's firmware.
Well, so much for that.
It kicked off.
Hey, how about this?
All right.
Yes. Now it's time. Here we go.
Well, look.
Dun, 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 dun. I've been waiting.
Well, see, I saw this. It says run test bat. Test to see if we can detect a drive after installation.
There you go.
So, check that out.
Oh, you got one of those triple E PCs, Graham? I remember those were all the rage for a while. I've got an
And this is
i5 laptop.
XM.
I paid $12 for it at the Restore. Or no, take that back. It was at the surplus store. That surplus store is the best. The state surplus store.
Yeah, it used to be until somebody told them they needed to raise prices.
Hey, $12 can't be
But-
wrong.
I bought a upward of $10,000 Switch for $50 there. So
Oh
can't
yeah, I
complain.
remember you talking. Is that thing turned on?
What's
The,
that?
the drive, is it on? Because
Not yet.
the green light didn't come on. Oh,
Let me see. Turn on now.
it still didn't
Oh.
come on.
I don't have it
Plugged
plugged
in.
in. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Here we go, guys.
Nothing worse than
It's got
troubleshooting to find out the
It's
power
got,
isn't
it's
plugged
got an OFF issue. The power's OFF. Now
in. It's an ID10T error.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Sweet lordy. Here we go.
I don't have a disk to read.
No. You got it.
So,
Oh, you didn't bring your C64
Oops.
disc with you?
Not exactly filling me with
make sure to run as administrator, see what's going on.
yeah. I don't
All
know how
right, you
you're
should
supposed
see
to
your
make
drive
one, yeah.
detected above. If
You just
not,
gotta jump up right
please
in.
see the Zoom floppy manual.
All right.
System cannot
What's
find
missing there?
path
Yeah,
specified.
I don't know.
CBM control is not recognized in an internal or
Maybe
external
go
plan.
faster
Sorry
or
about kicking
It's
you.
all right. I think your computer just detected the drive just now. So clear that out and try again.
No.
Okay, now the toggle switch on the back on the side is on 9 instead of 8.
What's that? Larry?
So you may want to
Hmm.
try
Which plan?
doing changing that
I don't know
too.
if that matters, but we'll try that.
Well, you never
That's
know.
right.
I noticed that the
Just in case
read. I noticed the read. It's
Oh, it's
stuck
the,
in
high
read
school
mode.
music. Okay. That's why I
See
never,
that?
I
It
never
wasn't
get a
doing
high
that
score.
before. That red light would go off. It's not
Yeah,
staying
you're right,
on.
I wonder if we need a disk in it before it'll see it.
Yeah, if you're looking for
Stick a
machine
blank
where
one
you
in
go
there. I
and
mean, it would
cross
still
all the
detect the
high
disk.
scores, This is the one.
Yeah. I guess I could do that. I gotta break the seal though.
Oh no! How ancient do you figure those discs are? Show the people your sealed discs.
88 maybe?
Look at that. There they are. Straight from the basement.
What
Yep.
do you think about this, Aaron?
Karateka, dude. I like the Amiga port. A lot of people don't like this game, Boat.
Well, those people are dumb.
I have to agree with you on that one.
Always like kung fu.
Listen, you're a karate guy, man.
That looks pretty damn good for a
See, it's difficult to break the seal on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
You know why?
Hey, there we go.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm glad you did that, not me. I was.
No, the TV just reset itself for reasons that are unknown to me.
Ah. Smells like the basement.
Does it?
That actually looks like a really
Oh, look how clean.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, yeah. The action.
That thing's
is a lot
spinning.
more
You better.
methodical.
I'd turn it off before I put that in. Yeah, because I told you that thing was spinning.
Mm-hmm.
What's the toggle switch on your adapter do?
XM is to interface with this.
The guy
XE
that
is to
made this
interface with the
thing,
C64.
videotape
That's the reason
Oh,
I
you
got
can hook it
this.
directly to a C64?
Yeah, so you can interface from a laptop directly into it.
Can you use the laptop as a disc, or how's that work?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
This is part of the discovery here.
Listen, I love Jordan McNair, and I love Karate Kid, but I mean, Prince of Persia is a masterpiece.
Prince of Persia is the most overrated game in existence.
Wow, you're. Can I have some of what you're smoking, Bo?
Distance is more combat.
That's
Nope,
close
still.
up there.
I think,
Never mind.
from what I read, Nightbreed, the interactive movie, is the most overrated thing
Nightbreed
ever.
interactive movie is a masterpiece compared to Prince of Persia.
Oh, Bo, I don't know why you're being so nasty.
No, I don't mean that. But Prince of Persia is overrated.
It's not overrated at all. You know how many games literally ripped off the whole concept, the way, the movement, everything?
Zero.
That game blew everyone away. You know, young guys like you don't know what you're talking about. You weren't alive and active when that game came out.
That's
It
true, I
was
was
a
not.
mind blower.
Look at this guy.
Oh, these
Running
are
towards me.
specific to that device.
We were playing Jumpman and crap.
Jumpman's a better game than Prince of Persia.
No.
Jumpman kills.
You're missing my point here. Look at
I'll
Jumpman.
fire up Jumpman in a second and have a much better time than I would if I fired
I'm
up
talking about from a
I'm talking about
presentation.
games.
I'm
not
talking
about
from a
pictures.
presentation's
I can look at
perspective.
some art if I want some pretty stuff.
Listen, Boat is trying to be confrontational, and he's trying to knock down my good vibe I got going over here. I'm not gonna fight with you, Boat, because I'm claiming experience over you on this one.
Hey, is your monitor looking okay with the chat on it?
I can see the chat, but I don't see us anymore, or what the actual what
Okay.
we're sending out. But that's okay.
I'll come and look at that.
I
I
mean,
think
if-
when this TV reset itself for some reason.
It's no big deal. Yeah, you can post a link,
Zoom floppy
Nigel.
manual.
You can post a link. I think I can allow it, yeah.
You know what I was thinking about that A
$29.95.
500 plus board. I probably wouldn't mess with that thing
Yeah.
at home with as busy as I am, but if I bring it here, it'll give me a good excuse to mess with
Look
it.
at that.
Mm.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah.
That is,
Who's that?
Nigel posted that. Gotta find where the chat ran off to here.
Yeah, I screwed myself.
Oh, I forgot. For some reason, this PC cannot read PDF files. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
So I have to open it.
That's awesome, Nigel.
Yeah.
Nigel sent us a nice picture of his retro room, or as he calls it, his Rito room. He's got it's one of those gimmicks where it's like in the round, you know. It's very nice. That's one sexy man right there.
Thank you.
I'm talking about John.
Oh. Well, yeah.
You should have
That's
said
what this
thank
is.
you again, so you could have kept it going.
All right, this is specifically
Thank you,
for this
No problem.
device.
Well, we
All
got
right,
about 15 minutes before the computer club goes down.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's that time. We've been doing we've been
Already?
at it for hours. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Time flies when you're chatting and having fun.
10:42. Oh,
It's almost Miller time.
we're breaking up at 11.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
One beer stands clear. Leroy, you should have been singing all weekend, man.
Leroy has multiple albums and is quite a performer. Hey Larry, tell him about that time we recorded that song live. Remember on the green screen?
No.
Boy, it was beautiful. Larry was on fire, and he did the perfect set. And then but I didn't record it. Unfortunately, I felt so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find some way to get this operational. I have to experiment with this.
Why don't you take that drive with you and see if you can get it working at home? Because I can't do anything with it. And you can bring it back when you come next time you come around if you want. I mean, if you want to, I'm not forcing it on you.
Which reminds me, I wonder if Boat still got my power cable.
Probably does.
I left it here 2 months ago. I used his and left mine on the table.
I've got a whole bunch of power cables, so just take the one that looks like yours.
Yeah, I mean, just take that and see if you can do anything with it. And also, oh man, also something you can do is when you fool with that switch and see what that thing. I mean, you kind of need to play with.
Oh, you mean?
I'm talking about that.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, the drive switch.
Just see what it does. Oh, what kind of golf game is this?
This is Mean 18.
Hey, dude, rotate around again. Let me see that. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty smooth, man.
Remember, what was that game we played on the Amiga where it was deathly slow?
That was, we were playing,
That's great. That's great is what that is.
I remember Mean 18, but I don't remember playing it.
Now, I'll tell you, this game, it has been artificially sped up.
How?
It said that on the flash card.
Yeah.
This is the sped up version, so perhaps it doesn't scroll quite so smoothly in the original version. But
You-
what was the Amiga game? Where was this?
You're talking, it was, Lynx.
Lynx, yeah.
Hey, Boat, so that your cartridge could actually do accelerate stuff?
No, this is a ROM that has been sped up, I think, in the code somewhere.
Oh, I see. I understand.
Okay.
All right.
I can imagine, dude. You sound like you got one heck of a pad there, Nigel.
Nah.
He lives in paradise. He's got a huge computer. Did you see his computer room? Did I show it to you?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. He's got everything going for him there. I can't deny that I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I've got a nice little computer area set up now. And of course I got the arcade. I'm pretty happy with my setup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I don't have a home theater.
That idea. We need to play some games over the arcade one night and.
Yeah, we
some,
did.
Well, when I said rock music, actually I meant pop music, specifically like stuff that was on the radio when we were growing up and all. Like I put Starship, We Built This City on there. Michael Jackson's PYT. What's his name?
That's weird,
Somebody's
Graham.
Watching Me.
Oh,
That
I
song,
feel like.
Somebody's Watching Me. Yeah, Rockwell.
Yeah.
Rockwell. Yeah.
Hey, did you see what Graham typed in there, Bo? He said he ordered a Cocoa shirt on Teespring. He had to go via America when prompted rather than the European store.
Well, maybe, we probably are closer to him.
Yeah.
And depending on where their distribution sites on the West Coast,
Yeah.
that's a lot closer to Australia. Than,
Yeah, you're probably right there, Bo. Hey, Graham, I'm glad to see that you ordered that, and
Yeah.
I think that's an awesome shirt. Bo did a real good job on. I think it's really good. I really like it.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
You're correct. DOSBox does not support parallel port emulation, so no LPT board.
Oh, bummer.
So we wouldn't have been able to do that anyway.
Yeah, live and learn.
There is a USB version of the X1541. So it's a device they're talking about. You might be right. I might have to run DOSBox or something.
Ah, there it is. The European store refuses to ship outside the EU, Bo.
Whoa.
Yeah, that makes
Thanks,
sense.
Brexit.
Yeah.
No,
That's funny.
Well, you ready to take this thing to the house? I think it's about that time in Boaster.
It is. It's about that time.
I'll let you do the honors. I'm gonna get up. Hey, everyone that joined us,
went
thanks
fast.
for hanging out. I really had a good time just chatting and messing around with the. And we'll have an update to what happens with the drive. I'm sure John will keep me in the loop. And next Computer Club, once he gets everything ironed out, we'll be doing we'll download some old C64 images and stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and we'll start Computer Club on time this next time too. It'll start at 7, and so we'll get an extra hour of action.
Yeah. Hey, Hey, thank you for showing up. Adios to you as well, sir. You guys have a good time. And Graham, when you get your shirt, make sure you put it on. Let's see what you look like. I'm gonna let Boat come over here and seal the deal. Get out of here.
Aaron says whoever stayed for the entire stream, he's gonna do a lap dance for.
Oh man, I'll do that anyway, dude.
Oh.
And trust me, when I give you a lap dance, you stay lap dance. Isn't that right, Leroy? He knows. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to say that.
See you guys.